have, and the other one is the silvery gray. Very, very elegant colors. This is something that the consumers really like, and depending on your preference, you can choose either of these. So a slim device, immersive viewing, and very premium looking device as well. Now coming to the camera technology. Now camera is something that we take a lot of pride in as far as the RENO series goes. So this time, again, first time we are introducing a 32 megapixel telephoto camera. The sensor is an IMX709 sensor, which is co-developed with Sony. This is exclusive to OPPO only. We develop it mutually with Sony. The main camera is 64 megapixel, and then we also have a 112 degrees wide angle camera. So these three cameras come in this camera matrix design that I have shown you. Now, what does these specs actually mean in practice? It's nice to say that this is industry first 32 megapixel 64, but what it actually means to the consumer, I'll show you a couple of photographs here. Now, this is the one which is shot from 64 megapixel main camera. A 64 megapixel main camera, you can see the detailing, the sharpness, and the precision of the photograph. Even if you see that the detailing, the textures on the collar, on the sweater here, on the knits, it is very clearly coming out, and that is the precision, and that is the sharpness that the main camera comes to you. The colors of the skin are not oversaturated, not undersaturated, not overexposed, not under, it's the right kind of exposure as well. You see the shadows also below the face. These are not sort of merging. It is again very sharp and very detailed. So that's the clarity that comes to you when you click photographs with your 64 megapixel main camera. Now this is another interesting one, 112 degree wide angle camera. Now wide angle camera, what we typically do is we like taking wide angle photos horizontally. Now here what we've done is we've done a little bit of drama to the portrait that we have shot here. We've shot it in vertical, and we've shot it at a slightly low angle, which gives a little bit of flavor to the portrait. So you see the sky there, it's wide angle, so you see the movement over there. It is still very sharp. The colors, tonality, and the saturation is perfect. The detailing, even when you see the hair, the white color here, it is not merging with the background. The subject is still standing nice and clear. So that's the play around that you can do with your wide angle camera, and still retaining the sharpness and still retaining the clarity. The third one, which is my favorite one, which is the first ever telephoto camera that I was talking about, 32 megapixel telephoto camera. Now, what does this telephoto camera, this 2x zoom does for you? One is, the subject is, when you take a portraits, you want all the attention and you want your entire focus to be on the subject, and this is what this telephoto camera ensures. You see that the subject is very clearly standing out. The telephoto camera plays around with the depth of field. Depth of field means the background and the foreground. Your subject is in the foreground, and the telephoto camera, what it does is that it makes the subject stand out very clearly, and then plays around that the background becomes much more bigger, and the subject gets all the focus. Now again, the textures that you see on the sweater here, the knits is very clearly coming out. There is the right amount of blurriness in the background, which again focuses on the subject. One very interesting thing is that this is all about hardware, but if I talk about software, the algorithms here are also doing a fantastic job here. The first time we are introduced a portrait expert engine program. A portrait expert engine, what we have done is we have collaborated with the best of photographers across the world, including one photographer from India as well, whose name is Joseph Radek. Joseph Radek, as most of you might know, that he's a celebrity photographer. He's an expert in portrait photography and people photography. So we've taken input from all these photographers, in terms of skin tones, in terms of the right ways to clicking portraits, in terms of the color tonalities, textures, saturations, etc. And all these inputs we have baked into our algorithm, which is going in this portrait expert engine program. Nothing but it adds a bokeh blurriness to the background. Even in low light, you see that the lights are not reflecting proper blurriness there. It looks like a professional level portrait, and you can take it with your smartphone only. And that's what this bokeh flare effect does for you. Now front camera, a 32 megapixel ultra clear selfie camera. Everyone loves to take selfies these days. That's the consumer truth. In fact, I was reading across that this time there is a new term which is groupies. People love to take selfies with their friends. So 2 or 3 subjects in the picture. So here again, what we've done is that the algorithm recognizes up to 3 people in the frame, even when you're taking photographs with the front camera. So which means that there are 3 different people over here, 3 different skin tones, 2 males, 1 female. The algorithm automatically detects the right kind of skin textures, and then gives you that kind of beautification, that kinds of clarity. The focus is only on the subject. There is blurriness in the foreground as well, with the leaves that you see there. There is low light over here, so the sharpness is maintained. So automatically, it figures out what is the subject and how many subjects are there, and then gives you a perfect clear selfies or groupies, as you want to call them. So that is what this 32 megapixel front camera does for you. So this was all about camera. You've got a fantastic camera capability, camera module at the back. You've got a fantastic selfie camera as well. So all in all, one of the best portrait cameras in the segment today, and that is the RENO 10 for you. Now talking about the performance, now this is backed by a 7050 MediaTek Dimensity chipset. It offers CPU speeds up to 2.6 gigahertz, which means that you can use it for your apps, for your heavy gaming, etc. And it still doesn't give you, it gives you the optimum performance. The default configuration it comes in is 8 GB and 256 GB. Now what's very interesting is that we have the OPPO RAM expansion technology in this. Now what does this OPPO RAM expansion technology does is that if you're using heavy apps, if you're a creator or you have some work which allows you to do work on heavy apps, then the RAM can get expanded to another 8 GB, which means that the configuration will go now to 16 GB. So that is what OPPO RAM expansion technology does for you. It gives you the right kind of performance depending on how you want to use your phone. Our flagship SuperVOOC charging technology. SuperVOOC charging technology is something which is well loved by the consumers of OPPO. First time we are introducing a 5000 mAh dual cell battery. 5000 mAh in such a slim device that I was telling you about. So that is something which is first for RENO series. It is backed by 67 watt SuperVOOC. 67 watts, it means that it will give you 100% charge in just 47 minutes. In fact, it will give you one full day charge of about 70-75% in just 27 minutes, and that's the level of peace of mind that the consumers get when you're using a 67 watt SuperVOOC flash charge. The feature, because I'll give you an example. I've got a 3-year-old kid at home. His favorite time pass is, he keeps on taking the remotes of the TV and ACs and keeps hiding it. And we keep on finding it. So now what I've done is that I've configured all these devices with my phone only, and I can use all these devices with my phone itself. So that's the ease of use, or that's the customer delight that comes with this additional handy feature. And this is the first time we're introducing this in RENO 10 series. And apart from that, there are other for you. Now, apart from these 3 phones, what we are also launching today is a very interesting IoT device. We have the Enco Air 3 Pro. Enco Air 3 Pro is going to be priced at 4,999. Enco series is something that our consumers really like because it offers a fantastic audio technology and audio immersive sound at a very attractive price. And this time around as well, the new generation, the Enco Air 3, packs quite a bit of specifications. This is the first time that we're going to introduce a bamboo. When you're outside, it gives you 800 nits of brightness, which means that you can use your normal messaging, reading, etc. Inside, for your HDR videos, it goes as high as 900 nits. So which means that you see those detailings, or like you're saying, right, Netflix, Amazon Video, wherever you want to see those HDR videos, the brightness increases itself to 900 nits. So it gives you that perfect viewing experience.
So whatever content is available in HDR, so you will get the peak brightness.
గ్రేటర్ కూడా ఇచ్చాను.
it will have a Reno 10, Reno 10 Pro, and Reno 10 Pro Plus. I'll talk a little bit about Reno 10 today. Reno 10 will feature the industry first 32 megapixel telephoto camera. With this you can take professional level portraits with your smartphone anywhere and everywhere. It also features a 64 megapixel main camera and a 112 degree wide angle camera. Now this is the first time in Reno series that we will also introduce a 5000 mAh battery in Reno 10. It will be powered with a 67 watt Superbook flash charge as well, which allows you to charge your phone to 100% in just 47 minutes. In terms of the performance, it also features, it is backed by 7050 MediaTek Dimensity chipset, which gives you the optimum performance for your day-to-day use or for your video viewing or your gaming purposes. And apart from that, it also features a plethora of other features like dynamic computing engine and consumer delight features like auto pixelate and other features as well. Now this entire package comes to you at a very attractive price of 32,999. Reno 10 series will be available on online channels like Flipkart as well as on all OPPO offline stores as well. And we also have some very attractive offers, so you can go out and check out these products at any nearest store which is near to your home. The OPPO Reno 10 Pro, which will be priced at 39,999, and OPPO Reno 10 Pro Plus will be priced at 54,999.
Where these phones are available in?
These phones will be available in on online channels like Flipkart and on OPPO offline stores as well. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.